and welcome back to Arguably Speaking.
I'm Kiera.
I'm Sarah.
And we're so happy you're here for another episode because we have a very special guest.
Bella!
Yay! Bella!
Yay!
Roommate Bella is back because we are sharing our summer bucket list today, and we are going to be sharing most of our summer together. So what a better way to celebrate roommate fun summer than having a podcast episode all about it.
Exactly. So we are going to skip the catch-up unless anyone has anything pressing that they would like to say first. Okay, I have one thing that I would like to say is that I need to apologize for my gross overestimate for friends and then for also coworkers that I have talked to recently about how it was odd that more people hadn't been to Renaissance fairs. In my further data collection, not that many people have been to Renaissance fairs, and I really was the outlier there. I really thought that the mean was going to be closer to, like, people have been twice in their life at this point in the game, and I was just wrong. The mean is a lot closer to people going, like, maybe half of one time, you know? And so I just want to apologize to anyone that I made fun of and or scoffed at or was, like, shocked unduly. I'm so thankful that my parents took me to so many Renaissance fairs as a kid. I think it was a great time. And I don't think that's a necessary experience, but I do think now I'm realizing how much of a special thing it was.
Sarah is apologizing because she did make fun of a lot of people for not going to Renaissance fairs.
I did. It was at least like 4 people before I was like, maybe it's not just them. Maybe it's me.
Maybe they should just get out more.
Maybe. I don't know. Like community events and things. So...
You know, but now the world knows how great Renaissance festivals are, Renaissance fairs, and now maybe they'll go because you inspired them.
Exactly.
Or hurt their feelings slightly.
What a great thing to put on your own personal summer bucket list.
True that.
Renaissance fairs are events of the summer. I think that it is something that everyone should write down. So...
Yeah, that was a killer segue.
That was a good one.
Thank you so much. I tried my best on that one. So, speaking of summer bucket lists, we saw on the internet, I don't know who it was that sent the Instagram reel. Okay, it was Kiera. Kiera sent an Instagram reel to our little groupie group chat that was basically people our age demographic, you know, young adults living on their own and making their own money, talking about how... You know, with the workaday life, you don't have a summer vacation anymore, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be, you know, looking forward to the warm days and the later sunsets and the longer daylight hours.
And more specifically, this reel was like saying the reason that we don't accomplish as much as we usually do is because we are not our child self again, and we're not writing things down in glittery, sparkly gel pen in rainbow order.
Exactly.
And because we're not writing these goals down, they're simply not happening. And in that reel, I believe they were creating a summer bucket list. And I was like, guys, this is what we have to do.
Yes.
We need to have the best summer ever. And the only way to do that is to, 1, discuss what said summer bucket list is, and 2, write it in sparkly gel pen. Preferably in rainbow order, but that is okay if it's not.
Okay, cool. We obviously will not be writing these things down as we record for you because that would not do anything for the listening audience, and we're also, you know, not sitting here with a pen and some paper.
Yeah, plus we have bad handwriting when we're recording podcasts. You can't read anything there.
Well, and what if we're doing like a different order than what is originally outset? Either way. We should just get into our items.
We digress.
I do have some guiding questions of types of things that can go on the bucket list. I know, Bella, you have started to create a bucket list with your girlies.
I did indeed. We do have a bucket list in the works, and there's definitely things that are going to happen.
Amazing.
As a small, just info for everyone, if you don't know what a bucket list is...
That's a great idea. It's a list of buckets that you can buy from various stores with their dimensions and what they are most suitable for holding.
Actually, for dear listeners who maybe might not be from America, a bucket list is something that is traditionally done like before you die. They're like, oh, before you kick the bucket, which means before you like pass away or are not able to do things to the same level, you want to be able to complete things.
I did not know that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so a summer bucket list, even though we're not dying at the end of summer, we want to, before the summer kicks the bucket and it is a new season, we want to complete these things.
Wow.
So that's why it's called a bucket list.
That's great.
I know, I was actually going to say something.
No, that's super great. I don't know. I didn't think that it was, yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, it feels like pretty common knowledge, you know? Like,
Okay.
hopefully, just have, like, a list of stuff you want to do.
Right, yeah. Well, but I never knew that the whole bucket was coming from Kick the Bucket.
Yeah.
That's
It's all
pretty cool.
connected.
What can I say? I thought that a lot of people just wrote lists, cut them up, and put them into buckets.
She's still with the bit.
I had no idea how else it would have gotten with the whole bucket situation. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was like, it's just a list. Anyways, I don't know if you guys ever made a bucket list in high school for our English teachers class.
I don't know if I did.
Okay, it might have been in the creative writing class that I took then.
I feel like that would make more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I had some wild bucket list items on that one because that was just like before I die. And I wrote on that bucket list, shoot an apple off of someone's head with a bow and arrow, which is just
Have you done
never
it
gonna
yet?
happen.
Oh,
No.
okay. She hasn't done it yet.
No.
I feel like you could do it off of like a dummy head. Like I
Yeah.
don't think anyone would allow you to shoot an apple off their head unless you got insanely good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just so close. You know,
Sure.
like, just right there. But yeah, no, I would say that's definitely not on my bucket list for this summer. Okay.
Well, archery could be.
Archery totally could be.
Have you ever done archery?
I have.
Okay. I feel like you could get good enough to shoot an apple off of a dummy over the summer.
Well, maybe. I will say, I don't think that one's gonna make it to the final list, but it is an idea. Okay, so I have a few different prompts for us to go through just to organize our conversating. So I would first like to know, Kiera and Bella, what is one thing that you want to do outside, specifically in like the outdoor of where we are living this summer, before the summer is over?
I want to go to Bainbridge Island.
Oh my gosh! You haven't been yet.
We haven't been to Bainbridge Island. It is right across the bay from us here in Seattle, and it's a quick little, cute little ferry ride. And then Bainbridge Island itself has a whole mess of beautiful things to look at and to see. And I feel like it would be such a cute little day trip.
Yes.
But we need to do it when the weather's good.
And
Yeah.
we should go to Blowdell Reserve, which has all of the pretty planties.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to make a reservation for it. Kind of like the national park system now, or how they're transitioning to a reservation system. But it's gorgeous. And if we took the ferry, we could have a whole day. And this sounds like a great idea, Bella.
Yep, you're welcome. I got him in there.
I will say ride on a ferry is one of my bucket list things. So not only could we do all of those things in one day, they go together.
The
You know what I
ferry
mean?
is part of it. It's part of the experience.
Nice. No, I love that. I think that's amazing. What about you, Kiera?
Well, I think last summer was the first real summer I had in Seattle. Like, when I first moved here, it was the very tail end of summer. I was kind of getting ready for school. Last summer was awesome, and, like, had great friends, and were pretty active. But also still have not seen so many of Seattle's beautiful hikes. So I want to go on more hikes because the weather is going to be great. They don't need to be hard hikes, but they need to be outdoors in a place that I haven't been to. Also, hand in hand with hiking, camping.
Nice.
Yes,
Yes.
Camping for sure. I also would really love to go to Mount Rainier.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like that is also maybe a great spot to go camping at. I feel like just so pretty.
Just so you know, for Mount Rainier, you do have to have a permit now to
Really?
go. I may have already reserved a permit.
Perfect. I don't even have to worry about it.
For a day, so we'll chat more. We're already on the way to doing that.
Oh my god, that's so exciting.
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I also want to go on a hike. Arguably, I just want to do the things that you guys want to do, but also yes. I will say I would like to go on a hike where I have to wake up like before the sun to do it.
So you want to do a sunrise hike.
Yeah, yeah. Or just like a hike that is long and like strenuous enough that you need to have that time, you know?
Yeah.
Like I wanna do like we're like going hike, you know? So I think just in the same ways. Okay, perfect. I love this. Okay. What is one thing that you want to do before the summer is over that will happen at night?
I think you should go first.
You think I should go first?
I think you should.
I really want to do karaoke here. I don't know if that's the one that you were thinking of, Kiera, but I do really just want to go out and do some karaoke. I don't care if it's like on a Tuesday and no one else is there, or if we try and do it on a weekend and we have to wait for a really long time, or if we even do one of those like karaoke rooms perchance. I think that would be very fun. I love to sing. I would love to sing with my friends. And I don't know, just be a little silly, a little ridiculous maybe. And I am trying to learn all of the words to Macklemore's Downtown.
So it has to be showcased somewhere.
I obviously,
Right.
I can't just do this and have it for myself. Also, it was recently brought to my attention that he is from Macklemore, the artist, first
From
name,
Seattle.
can't remember, is from Seattle.
Yeah.
And so the downtown that he's singing about is the downtown with which
That we can go to.
we can peruse. Who's to say?
He mentions Pike Place
He
in
mentions
the
Pike
song
Place.
and
The
the
fish
thrown
throwing.
fish.
Yeah.
And the thrown fish.
Well, in Ponderay, something about something water ski. I mean water ski, ollie ollie oxen free. Literally, you guys, I'm so excited. Who knows? Maybe I'll make a lip syncing video of me just going around on a Segway. That would be really good.
That would be so cute.
Okay, perfect. Bella already knows the words. We'll get some other people together. We'll get a videographer. We'll produce it. Just stay tuned.
It'll be on the Instagram.
I
Don't
love
worry.
it. I love it. We'll do a series of short videos. It'll be great.
Nighttime.
Yeah, nighttime activity.
Things. I'm like super looking forward to July 4th. I feel like that's like the only nighttime thing that I can really think of right now is just sitting outside.
Nice.
Just sitting
Fireworks.
outside and watching some fireworks and also like a bonfire, a nighttime bonfire.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe possibly on the beach. So perfect. And then you throw in, you already have a fire, so then you throw in s'mores.
Exactly.
S'mores is
Perfect.
also on the bucket list, obviously, of course.
Such a summer thing.
Such
You
a
need
summer
it.
thing. You
Can
have
you
to
have
have
a summer without s'mores?
No.
And do you ever really have s'mores in the winter?
No.
Exactly.
That was so funny.
I'm just saying there are some foods that are distinctly summer. S'mores is one of them.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs, watermelon.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
watermelon.
There are some things that are just summer.
Wow.
For my nighttime activity, I am really being inspired by all of the celestial things that are happening. Specifically, every year, the Perseids meteor shower happens at the end of the summer. I can't remember exactly when, mid to end summer. And if you go to a really dark place, you can see up to 100 meteors an hour.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so I couldn't go last year. And this year I really want to make it.
That's so cool. What time of year is that?
It's mid to late summer. I can't remember when, but we'll look it up.
Okay,
We'll find
cool.
it.
Cool,
We'll
cool,
figure
cool,
it out.
We'll look it up when we bust out the sparkly rainbow pens.
Well, yeah, we're going to have to write all of this down in like pretty.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course.
Yeah.
The other thing is we also have the Aurora Borealis coming again.
Really?
At the beginning of June.
Really?
Twice. I think there's 2 times when you're going to be able to see it. So, another nighttime activity. We get to see the sky doing crazy sky things.
That would be very cool.
And maybe we can go a little bit north, like an hour or 2. And
Yeah.
then it's like super dark and we can actually like seriously see it.
I would
Oh,
love that.
yeah.
I think that sounds great.
Did you guys talk about the Aurora Borealis?
We talked
did.
about it,
Yeah.
when we had
It was a catch up for. It was part of our catch up for
Part
the
of the
week.
catch up.
other guest Bella.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
We did recently see it, but we can see it again and maybe even better.
Yeah. Well, because we didn't have a lot of prep time for that one, so now if we know this is happening,
We can really go to a dark spot.
Right.
Yeah.
Outside of the city.
yeah, that's exciting.
Get away
Okay.
from that light pollution.
I love
Get
that.
away from
I love
it.
That. So that kind of goes in hand with one of my other genre of bucket list things, and that's like things that we want to search for or have an eye out for, and think of it kind of like, you know, birders. They have like things that they're always kind of watching out for. Like, what's something that you kind of want to be like on the alert and looking out for? So I wrote down as an example, like seeing a shooting star.
Oh, gotcha.
So is there anything that you want to just like, you know, be open to, like, be manifesting, finding, or seeing, or observing during the summer?
I feel like this will totally happen, but orcas.
Oh,
Orcas
yes.
and whales.
Yes.
We're definitely gonna have to go whale watching. Like,
Whale
for sure.
watching.
We're gonna have to go see. We also, there's like a way to sign up for like text alerts to see when the orcas are like around.
Yeah.
So that you can like run down to West Seattle and like see some orcas, because like there's a pod going through and there's like 10 of them, so you just run down to West Seattle and then you get
And
to
hope
see
you
some
see 'em.
orcas.
I think that sounds
So
great.
Less exciting, should definitely happen though.
Yeah.
Like, for sure.
I think that's super exciting.
Yeah.
I feel, you know how people sometimes come to Colorado and they see a moose and they like flip out because they thought moose were fake? You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
feel like that's how I feel about whales.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah. I think it would be super freaking cool and wild to see a whale.
Yeah, I've never seen one, and I know that they have specific like whale watching excursions that you can go on, which are super fun. But it's also, I think there's some sort of satisfaction of having something happen spontaneously. And so like last summer, I saw a bunch of porpoises while I was kayaking, and they were just like in front of us, and they kept going over the water, and it was so cool. So
very
if that happened
cool.
with a whale, I
Wow.
would be shocked. Also, maybe a little scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Well, weren't orcas like crashing people's boats?
There was a pod. So there was a pod of like, I think 6 or so orcas. And they think what happened is one of them learned that if you tipped it over, maybe something would happen.
Maybe there'd be food.
Yeah, and they think it was like a fishing boat that first got knocked over, so then they got fish, right? Which is what they want. They don't
Yeah.
actually want to eat us. But then he taught his buddies, and now like there's a pod that is
so
doing that.
funny. Oh my gosh. That's so silly. Well, we're basically like training them to
Yeah.
flip over fishing boats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
It's like
they're
if
getting
you flip over this boat, you get
all
a
of
treat.
the fish. Yeah, they're just getting a
That's so
nice little
funny.
treat in.
Wow.
What are you looking out for, Sarah?
I want to. Well, okay. Here's the deal. I've never seen a bear in like the wild, and bears don't really exist in Colorado, to be fair.
That's not true.
I saw a bear in Colorado. What do you mean?
I've also seen bears
I don't
in
know.
Colorado.
I feel like all of the times that bears have existed in Colorado for me is like it's a bear rummaging through someone's trash can. You know? I feel like that's okay. So I just, in the hiking / camping, etc., I feel like there's a greater chance of me seeing a bear just out and about being like, I'm a bear, etc.
Etc.
That's from a comedian. You should listen to him. He's very funny. His name is Mike Birbiglia.
Say it again.
You said it so well, honestly.
Thank
You
you.
did it.
Really?
Mike
Birbiglia.
Okay.
That's his name.
Thank you. I
She
really
killed
thought
it.
you were just.
I do sometimes
me.
just mutter it as softly as possible because it's hard to say. It's very funny though. You should listen to him. But anyways, I would love to see a bear. I'm not gonna like obviously go and try and seek one out, but I am just gonna manifest the fact that like somewhere in the distance, if I see a bear while I'm on a trail or whatever, that would be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
A bear on a trail?
I would be jazzed about it.
So a lot of nature / not necessarily nature wildlife to be spotted.
Oh, I'll be birding.
Oh yeah.
I'll be birding. I'll be birding for sure.
Let me tell you. I love it. I love it so much. I don't know. I also think like I am just going to try and I don't actually, you know, I was like I'm going to look for pretty plants but I feel like all of the stereotypical
All
like
of the
pretty
plants are pretty.
are like but like the big like blooming things have happened. Like the tulips are known, like Seattle's known for the tulips and the cherry blossoms, and I feel like I got both of those. So to be fair, I can check that off from my Seattle
overall
bucket list. But yeah, I don't know. Just seeing plant.
Yeah.
See so many plant.
Gosh, I don't really have anything specific that comes to mind to look out for. I feel like I want to look out for like nighttime sunset activities. Like I love staying out in the summer to when you see the sunset and then it's still like 10 p.m. and you're like, wow, the sun just went down and things like that. So being outside as much as I can and looking out for opportunities that allow me to do so maybe, but nothing specific comes to mind, so we can move forward.
Okay.
For me.
Patio furniture.
Oh
That's
my
what
God.
we're manifesting. We're
I love
manifesting
that.
some patio furniture because we need spots to sit
Yes.
That
outside.
would be so good.
So we're on the lookout for hopefully free
As a
patio
side note,
furniture.
I tried to put my name in the hat for patio furniture on Buy Nothing, and I wasn't the lucky one. But
That's okay.
my eyes are open.
We're looking.
I-
We got our eyes out.
if anyone can do it, it is
Anybody in
me.
the Seattle
I
area?
believe in you.
Anybody in
Hey.
the Seattle area that wants to get rid of their patio furniture?
Exactly.
Let us know.
Say you have a neighbor that has really ugly patio furniture. Let them know that you don't think it looks nice and tell them to give it to us.
Yeah, that's the best way to go about it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Probably.
Nice.
Because we don't want to take, our listeners' patio furniture unless you don't want it anymore. We will take donations. Okay. Next category. What is something that you would like to make? Okay. So this can be a craft, perhaps. This could be a meal or a type of food. You're like, man, I really want to make XYZ this summer. Because I don't know about you guys, because apparently my childhood was vastly different than everyone else's childhood. Renaissance fair-wise and other things.
I think she's scarred from the one really, really big difference of this Renaissance fair, and it's shifted your outlook.
But anyways, I would always craft a whole bunch at the beginning of the summer because I wouldn't be going to school, and I'd have a bunch of time during the day, and I would just want to make things. And so that was when I was doing my sewing projects. I was cutting out pictures and making collages. I would do some paper mache stuff with my mom. We would get really into crafting in the summer.
Yeah.
The friendship bracelets? Are you kidding?
Friendship bracelets are also a summer activity.
Totally. So, in the idea of what summer means to me as a human underneath my mother's guise, what is something that you would like to make?
I really want to get back into stained glass making. It's really hard to do crafts that are a little bit more comprehensive during the school year. Granted, I will be working, but I feel like when I'm done at 5 p.m., I can close the work and then the whole rest of the evening is mine, which is amazing. Whereas that is just not the case currently. But if I was to have all that extra time, doing longer term projects like that would totally be possible. And stained glass, I have all of the materials to do it. I have all of the things, and I have the ideas of things that I want to create.
Nice.
So just having that extra time doing stained glass, want to get back into it.
Awesome.
Stained glass is so fun. I was also thinking about stained glass. The problem I feel like with stained glass too is there's so many things that you need to get out to, and then you need all of the things in a big space, and then it's
Yeah.
messy, and there's glass, and there's dust, and there's muck, and
It's not
so
fast.
fun though. It's not fast. It takes a very long time, but it is definitely so fun. Stained glass is a good one. I feel like this summer I'm gonna try to work on a little scrappy book.
Ooh.
So that I have a little scrapbook from when we first moved out here until however many pages that fills up, and maybe onto through the next year. I don't know. It'll depend on how much I can squeeze down. But I do have the empty scrapbook ready.
Aw,
So
that's
I do just
cute.
have to get photos printed. And I feel like that's another one, is just printing a bunch of photos and then putting them up places so that we can be like, oh, remember when we did that? We did all of those things.
Amazing.
Remember our bucket list? And we did all of the things on them.
Exactly.
Yes. That's so cute.
I love that. I
Yeah.
think that's super cute. Yeah. I really want to... Oh, Kiera has an idea, but she'll share it after I share my thing. I really want to, I was talking about this with the friend that I went to the Renaissance Fair with. I want to make a quilt, and I think it would be really fun if it was like a big ol' friendship quilt, and we got everybody together, and people could bring fabric, or they could just show up and have their willingness to cut things. And if we all just sat down and cut together, and we got 2 sewing machines going, maybe 3, who's to say, it could be crazy, but just like sat down and created and put a big thing together, I think it'd be really neat to be like, we made this.
Yeah.
So.
And it's just like a symbolizing the year and like our
Yeah.
friendship. And we could hang it up in our house.
Right.
That would be so cute.
I think it'd be really sweet. And I in all of the sewing that I've done this year, I haven't actually finished a quilt, and I feel like I want to be able to say that I did it.
Yeah. As a side note of things that I want to complete this summer, dear listeners, if you've been around for a while, you may remember when we had a video format, and you used to be able to see a big wall behind us, and also a nice sign that said "Arguably Speaking" and or the title of the episode, but that wall still remains blank. And I am gesturing to it right now because I would love to fill this wall with something very fun, but also that fits with the rest of the vibe of the space. So that's TBD, but that should be done before the end of the summer because I don't want to live with no life on this wall. That stinks.
Totally.
So, updating the wall.
I love that. Are there any other, so we kind of mentioned patio furniture when we were talking about outside things, and now you've mentioned wall accents for making things. Is there anything else that you have that is like bucket list specific for the house?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, the downstairs is just a whole...
Yeah.
I personally think that upstairs is where us 3 live, and our downstairs has room for improvement.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Upstairs is very vibey,
Nice.
and I would like our living room to have more wall hangings, but we get there, slowly but surely.
Okay, maybe bucket list item, we add 1 wall hanging to each wall.
Yeah. That's a
'Cause
good goal.
These are smart. These
I
are
was about to
smart,
say.
check-offable bucket list items.
They have to be measurable.
Yes, exactly.
Give it a number.
Measurable, attainable, realistic. What's the T?
I don't know.
Okay. To be fair, I also skipped the S, and I don't remember what the S is either. Nice.
Nice. Anything else? Anything else for the house?
Yeah, do you have a house thing?
I don't think so. I feel like patio furniture is like my biggest thing right now.
That's a
like
good
that's
one.
that's like the biggest thing that I can think of. Right now we just have 3 plastic bar stools sitting out there, and it works. If there's only 3 of us who just want to sit outside and awkwardly dangle our feet and look at each other, but
Yeah.
it would be
It's so silly.
kind of cool if we had, I don't know, even just a bench
Yeah.
would be kind of cool.
Or a tall table so we didn't
or-
feel like we were just
Sitting
Dangling.
there, dangling
Yeah.
our feet.
Yeah. That's super fair.
We also connected to the downstairs we have like a mud room situation that is not the cutest
Yeah.
and could be maybe somehow made better. Hard to say. Really hard to say.
No, I like that. I
And
like that.
It's really hard because we are renting, so there is
Yeah.
a limit to permanence that we can do without,
There's not that much.
completely losing our security deposit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
I agree. But I will say, just looking at it in terms of what we've been able to make the space feel like so far, and like you guys staying for another year, I think that you can definitely like make the spaces that are a little less enjoyable a little more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that it would be nice to have a mildly more permanent home for our pull-up bar. I think that would be fun. I don't know. It's hard. It is hard because the pull-up bar is
Destroys
just
the house.
like it makes dents in the paint above the like door jamb.
It's not the paint, it is the wall.
Okay.
The walls are very weak in some or most of the door frames in this house.
Yeah.
And therefore this pull-up bar is ruining the walls, not to the like, it's not the pull-up bar's fault, it's the house's
Yeah.
fault, kind of.
The house is old, and she has
Character.
bones.
Yeah.
She has bones.
Right.
Are they the greatest?
They're a little
Ah.
brittle.
It's just,
But,
it's
like,
definitely just causing, like,
there's-
mild indents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
They're
roof
not
is
mild.
up, and the we don't have leaks.
And
but
we do have electricity.
now
Yeah.
we've got some killer electricity now.
Hey, we've been plugging stuff in all over the place. It's wild.
True. But in
Um,
terms of the pull-up bar, unless we're, as long as it's not in a communal doorway that I would like to have closed, aka it was hanging over the bathroom, ergo we could not close the bathroom door, which was a little bit difficult.
True.
I'm cool with it. Also, if you feel like patching up the wall, that's great. You can have it anywhere.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, I mean, that's why it's kind of on the bucket list, is because I do not know where this permanent place will be. We can't check it off yet. Okay, let's see. Next thing, okay, activities. This is like, I have one that is already kind of formed in my mind as like an activity that I would really like to do. But this is like a one and done, like not so much I want to do more of this or I would like to see this. This is like I want to do this once and check it off.
Like a singular event.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And the idea in my mind is that I want to go to one of the busking stars that are downtown and I want to take my guitar and I'm going to learn how to play one song to the point where I would let other people see me do it, and I'm going to take it to the star and I'm going to sing. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, there are different like little silver, like coppery and black tiles, if you will, either on the ground or on like a concrete wall behind this like place, and like train stations, or other, you know, frequently walked about places, parks, things like that, where you're allowed to play music and put out a case and try and earn money. And it's called busking. And I've always kind of thought like, oh man, you know what? Those people are just so cool. They love their instrument, they love their art, and they just want to go out and do it and see if they can make $1 off of people and making people happy. And it always made me so happy to see people on the stars by the train stations that I walked by for work. And so I was like, okay, before I leave, I'm going to go to that train station, not the most popular one, so it's a little less scary, and I'll stand out there, and I'll have a guitar, and I'll play a song.
That's so cute, Sarah.
Yep.
And I think that's super accomplishable. I think that if you only play one song, your odds of making a ton of money are a little bit low, but I do think that the chances of success just in general are extremely high.
Yeah. Well, and it's not really about the money. I feel like I just kind of want to say that I did it, you
Yeah.
know? This is the biggest city that I will probably live in. Like what I'm thinking of for the foreseeable future. And so, you know, I want to do a big city thing.
Yeah.
And
It's a
I feel
good
like
big
it is a
ci-
big city thing.
Yeah, it's a good big city thing.
Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys have any activities in mind.
I have two.
Perfect.
If it's okay if I go next.
Go for it.
One of them, which will end up being a little bit late because of just timing with the solstice, timing with travel, everything like that, is having a midsummer party. I really want to make flower crowns and just enjoy summer and be with friends and have really great, like, day to evening hangout time where we're all just celebrating life and being happy. And I feel like a midsummer party would be perfect for that. So it might not necessarily be midsummer time, as in solstice time when it is officially summer, but it will be the middle of summer for us in the States. And I
Nice.
would like that to happen.
I love that.
That is number one. Number two, this summer 2024, is the summer of the Paris Olympics. And so, when the Winter Olympics were happening most recently, a few years ago, my roommates and I did the Drunk Olympics in our apartment.
Nice.
And so we did it inside. It was a lot of like minute to win it games, and then classic kind of drinking games, and we had like everybody came as their own country and dressed up. I didn't come as a country. I came as the torch.
Nice.
The torch, the lighting of the torch at the very beginning of the game.
That's
mostly
funny.
because I was like, I don't have any of the right colors for these flags that are different enough from the countries that my peers have chosen. My roommates have chosen.
My peers.
My roommates and friends.
That's funny.
So I was thinking we should host one here, and because it will be summer and so nice, we can actually do some like Olympic, aka field day level
Fun.
things. Yes.
I love that. Well,
And
we live near a park.
Exactly. And you'll just go, we'll have fun. It'll be a mini field day with adult drinking activities, which is wonderful. And we'll plan it out. We'll have a bunch of friends over, and we will be discreetly not completely intoxicated in a public space.
I think that sounds super fun. I'm really excited about it. I think that sounds lovely.
So those are my
Great
two big
idea.
events that I was thinking of.
It's a very good idea.
Any thoughts for you, Bella?
I have never done an escape room.
Ooh.
And I feel like that'd be pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
Especially
I
to beat
am
the heat.
not the most fun in an escape room, I will say.
Okay, so I won't bring you.
Don't bring me
can bring
because
me.
I tend to get a little bit controlling and a little bit of a booty hole in terms of my attitude.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it sounds fun. I would still probably enjoy myself. You guys probably wouldn't like me as much. So I think that you should go without me, and that's totally fine.
Amazing.
Heard.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up from the crowd.
We'll revisit it. You know,
Yeah.
escape rooms are hard because sometimes, depending on how the escape room is built, a couple members of the party will also miss out on like the big fun things. So we could also just try to go to an escape room that's smaller. Like I've done a 3-person escape room before.
Wow.
Where we were all in jail cells. It was like escape from jail cells, but everyone was basically working on their individual, room to get out of the cell, and they had to pass things back and forth between the cells to get out.
Oh.
And then after you got out of the cells, you had to break out of prison together.
That's cool.
So if we
That's
could
very
find
cool.
something that was, individual for a portion of it and then group, we could all still have fun.
Probably.
There you go.
That would be very fun.
Yeah.
I also, I haven't done one in a long time. I probably have matured a little bit, right? I think
Yeah.
so. Maybe. Anyways, along the same lines of Kira's, wanting to host event things, I was recently asked by a possibly one-time listener of the pod, if you came back for more, thanks, welcome, excited to have you. Anyways, they asked me if I was going to host a going away party for when I move, and then I said yes, even though I had not thought about it at all. But now that is on my list. I would like to host a going away party. I think it would be very fun to have a larger group going away shebang where there's light amounts of snackage and then yard games, like frisbee yard games specifically, because a lot of the people that I know outside of the people I live with, Pat, are people who play frisbee, so I think it would be very fun to play can jam and bottle bash and stuff like that. Maybe do a small little game of beers bee, where you run around and play frisbee with beers and things. I don't know, who's to say, it could be fun. And then hacky sack.
Ooh, that's a good one. I think that's not a singular, we could make hacky sack happen more than one time.
Oh yeah, for sure. I love it though, and I have one, and I hacky sacked a little bit previously, as mentioned with Kiera at the Full Life Festival, and it was a blast, and
she
I
was good
love
at
it.
it. She was good.
Well, that's the thing, is that everyone inherently is bad at hacky sack. It's, how people sometimes have inherent skills? Everyone has an inherent deficiency at hacky sack, and so you just have to do it together for long enough that you get better, And so it's just, I don't know, it's one of those things where you start and at the beginning of the hour, you're like, I'm really bad at this sucks. And at the end of the hour, you're like, I'm pretty good. Let's do it again next week. And then you come back and you're like, how am I still bad? And it's just a great time.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
it's a very summer thing for me.
Well, what else do we have on our summer bucket list prompts?
Yes, next one for our prompts. Okay, this is not very fun, and I was supposed to move it up earlier in the time, but what is a chore and or task that you would like to have be completed by the end of the summer? Not something that you're necessarily looking forward to doing, but something that you would very much like to have be done at the end of the summer.
I think you should start.
Okay, I need to sell my car.
Wow, that's a good one.
I need to sell and / or donate my car. Mind you, there are 2 steps that need to happen before this happens, which is I need to vacuum it and I need my father to send me the title. But I'm gonna get rid of that thing. Love her. She was a great steed that I relied upon for many years, but the time has come. Hey, if you're looking for a car that is very old and has a lot of miles on it and has a couple of different fun little quirks, but still does drive, let me know.
Sarah's in the market to sell.
Yep.
What about you, Bella?
Yeah, I got nothing.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I also want to go to a dentist.
I already went to the dentist.
You did. You're better than me.
I went to the dentist. I went to the eye doctors. I feel
Amazing.
like there's not like a big one that's standing out to me.
Nice.
Yeah, nothing is standing out to me right now. I feel like there are things that I'm going to need to do as I'm starting a new job. Like, I need to set up my insurance with this new company.
Choose your benefits.
And, well, I get all of my benefits covered. I don't have to choose.
Oh, nice.
The only thing I need to choose is, like, 401k stuff. And I don't think I have to contribute anything to benefits. They cover it all.
That's awesome.
Which is big win, big girl job. So that's on the bucket list, I guess, but also something that will just assuredly be completed because I have to do onboarding and things like that. But in terms of something that's just like been on my back and like wanting to have completed for a while, that's more of a chore, nothing really comes to mind.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Mine is less... Okay, I have less of a chore, more of an exciting bucket list before summer is over. Before you leave, I want to dye my hair.
Yes.
Ooh.
I also want this to happen so badly.
My plan is to do, like, calico cat tricolor hair. So I want, like, some bleachy highlights, and I want some dark brown, and I want some, like, really dark red, and it's just gonna be, like, chunky little bits of all of the colors, but that is going to probably cost quite a bit, and I'm gonna have to go find a stylist and actually get it done.
Yeah.
But that needs to happen.
I think
so
it's
cool.
super exciting. I think it's so fun. And for dear listeners who are not aware of Bella's hair as it is in its current state, her hair is very, like, feathery, which I think will look really cool with the chunks of color as well. I just feel like you're gonna get a lot of, like, movement from the color and, like, how it sits together.
It's all one color right now, which I don't love, and it hasn't actually been one color since, like, 2019-ish.
Whoa,
like,
long
I had, like, some pink highlights for a while, and then I had red in the underneath portion of my hair, like fire engine red, for a very long time, and that has like only just finally faded out because red is the worst.
It's sticky.
To get out. It's the absolute. It had to grow out completely.
There you go.
But now we're at solid color, and yeah,
Got a
it
blank
needs to
canvas.
happen. I've got a blank canvas. It needs to happen.
I love it. I think that's super fun. I'm going to look at my list and see if there's anything else that I hadn't said that I thought of earlier. Oh, yes. I want to go paddleboarding.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
There's so many places, and even if one of us ends up, like, who wants to go paddleboarding alone all the time?
No.
We could definitely do it as a group. There's a lot of places where you could rent paddleboards for not too bad, actually. So we could do that. Oh, I do have something else that's water related. I want to go surfing.
Really?
My partner is good at surfing and he wants to go, and we're gonna go to Hawaii at the end of the summer. And I was like, I need to be prepared and know how the basics, beforehand.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that at some point during the summer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. But water activities, also I want to be on a boat at some point this summer.
Okay.
Because boats. I didn't make that dream happen last
Boats.
summer. It was on my summer bucket list last year.
Nice.
Never happened.
Yeah.
This year I'm going to be on a boat. If you have a boat and you're cool with a bunch of fun people also being on that boat, let us know. It doesn't have to be a yacht.
No.
I'm cool with a sailboat. Honestly, a kayak might do. And I think a kayak is super achievable.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you could definitely be on a kayak sometime this summer. I think you should shoot a little higher. I think you should do mildly bigger than kayak.
I want, minimum, I think, a sailboat. But I was just trying to set my expectations super realistically.
No,
I guess I was on a kayak last summer.
Nice.
But, yeah.
Nice. I will probably not be on a boat with you.
Sarah can't
Unless
swim.
I have a life jacket, which is also super feasible.
Yeah, I was going to say, we could get you a life jacket.
100%.
Yeah,
Easy money.
yeah.
Easy money right there. I think that sounds great. Yeah, I would like to do, if I don't, this is not required. It might not even make it on the final draft of the list. But I do just love playing sand volleyball.
Oh my gosh, that was on my list too, and I forgot to mention it. I love, not necessarily just sand volleyball, but volleyball in general.
Nice.
I did pickup all last summer, and pickup volleyball, so much fun. And you don't have to be that good because the people around you aren't that good. Everyone's just playing because fun.
Nice.
And
I think
that's
that sounds
amazing.
great. What time of, week is that usually?
It was Thursday nights.
Okay.
But I don't think it's the same group because they kind of switch and rotate who's in the group in and out, and the person who had the net no longer lives here.
Oh,
and that
boo.
seemed rough.
Yeah.
So who knows? We might have to invest in a net, which maybe I wouldn't be too opposed about.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hey, if you have a net and you're in the Seattle area, just know that if you're in the Seattle area and you're listening to this podcast, we want to hang out.
Yeah, we're super fun and cool.
Probably anything that you have would be fun. A chair that is outside.
Would love it.
Great. A way to cook hot dogs. If you own a grill, talk to me. Talk to me. That's all I want. Yeah. Did you have anything that came to mind? Again, Bella? I don't know.
Good segue.
No, I feel like we talked about them all.
Nice.
Well, I did have one final prompt, which we might need to, pause, collect for ourselves, and then come back to you. But, for you, dear listener, it will be in a very easy to listen, straightforward format. But my question to you all is, what are summer bucket list items that you would task another person for? Something that you want them to achieve.
Oh.
So, for example, I might say, Sarah, I want you to be able to take more social risks.
That's very funny.
That's just an inside joke, friends. Sarah does a lot of social risk and is very adventurous. More for other roommates, but
I love it.
Poor boy.
Yeah.
He's trying his hardest.
But
Yes.
yeah, we can regroup on that if we need a second to think, or if anything comes to mind, we can do it now.
I do think that this is something I've talked about doing with our other roommate, and it is on the schedule now, was that I wanted to go dancing. And so we're gonna go to this dancing thing that is being put on by a band that he really likes.
Oh, very cool.
And so yeah, so I'm gonna get to dance. He's gonna get to see the band that he really likes, and it's a dance. It's put on by Dance Church. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before.
I haven't.
I don't know. It's just basically unorganized Zumba in my
Nice.
impression. It's a bunch of people who like to dance and want to dance to music, and this band is providing the soundtrack for it. So, yeah, I want to dance, and I think that, I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm excited about it.
That's good. No, I can help lead this if it's going to be easier. Did you have something you wanted to? No? Okay. Thanks for that.
So that's just another one of
Yep,
your bucket list items.
I know. I started saying it, and I was like, this relates to another person, but it is just me, actually.
It's all good. It's all
So-
good. I have one that would be collective for all of us, and something that we've kind of been talking about, but also not put into action yet. And we've all been talking about fitness a little bit, especially as we're coming out of fitness in the winter months. We're coming out of hibernation, and it's getting warm. I think it'd be fun if we all did like a group fitness class, but one of the fun ones, like something like yoga in the park.
Yeah.
Or I really have wanted to do an aerial silks class, but have not wanted to do it by myself.
Yeah.
And it'd be fun if we did it together, or we could do like a pole dancing class or something.
Yeah, like a one-off. Like,
Yeah,
we all just sign up and do it.
Yeah, and who
Okay.
knows, it might spur a longer term
Yeah.
hobby. But that's my challenge for us, is to do something kind of a niche exercise class.
I think that sounds super fun.
in addition to just being a little bit more fit in the summer.
Yeah, we could jazzercise.
Oh my gosh,
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
We could put on silly outfits.
Have you heard of
Leg warmers?
prancercising?
No.
It's kind of like jazzercise, except for you prance.
That's awesome. And so silly. I think that's great. I think
Yeah.
that's great.
So that would be my like communal goal for us. But if you have
Yeah.
more specific ones for a specific person, go for it. If you have ones for the group that you think would just be good for us, that's also why I said we could pause if we needed to, because it could be a thing that we have to think about.
I'm honestly surprised that you mentioned selling your car, because if you hadn't mentioned selling your car, I was going to say that Sarah does need to get rid of her car.
That's so fair.
But
Yes. No, that's a super good point. Bella has been my point woman on motivating me to do car things, and I have been so resistant so far, and I am no longer going to be. I'm gonna get this done. And I just appreciate you championing
eventually
this task
we will
in my
get there.
life. I appreciate you
And then
very much.
you don't have a car.
And
It'll
then I
be
won't have a
awesome.
car anymore, and it'll be great.
So
Yeah.
it's traveling lightly.
Hey, what can I say? A goal. Well, Kiera, I would like you've talked about this for a while, I would like you to sew a skirt. I will.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's
think
true.
it would be really fun. We have talked about what kind of skirt you would like to sew. We've talked about the colors. We've talked about how long it might take. The only thing that we have yet to do is actually sew the dang thing.
I know, we have all the materials. It's been something I've wanted to do for a while, but it's one of those crafts, again, that I thought might take longer than just like a one and done situation. And it just felt like, okay, we can push it back. But that should definitely be done before the end of the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
because I want to wear the skirt, obviously.
I know. Well, and I'm going to be taking my sewing machines with me when I move.
I know.
Which is pretty terrible stuff
So,
right there.
the time is a ticking.
The time has come. The time is coming.
It's true.
Yeah. Do I have a goal for you? I mean, honestly, I was going to say something about your hair, but you also
Yeah.
said something about your hair.
Well,
Because
there you go.
I do really want to see your hair get dyed. I think also, this is like totally not something that needs to happen, but I think it would be fun for Bella to maybe take a little social risk. Bella works at a coffee shop as a barista.
And take social risks all day, every day at work.
And she takes social risks all the time at work. It's so true. And I'm not saying that Bella is like the ideal cute barista that everybody wants to talk to, but I'm also not saying that. Like, she definitely just is. You know what I mean?
She's that girl.
She's that girl. And I think that it might be cute if we use the clientele opportunities that are presented to maybe have a fun little meet cute moment.
The social risks could be riskier.
Yeah, you know? Like, just maybe once. Just maybe once. Bella had the fortune of having someone give her a very nice compliment on a sticky note earlier this month.
It was not a compliment, and it was not a sticky note.
Fair enough.
It was a man who slid his number across the bar to me in, like, honestly a pretty sly way. And it said that you make a mean mocha boss or something.
That's
I
a
can't
compliment.
remember what it said. And then on the back it said, call me, and it had his number. And I was like, no.
Bella!
I have not ever before seen the man who gave me his phone number, and I will not again.
Wow.
But I feel like I get compliments at work all the time.
Yeah.
And also, you're behind the bar, and people can't not be happy to see you. You're about to give them coffee. And I feel like it's also your job to flirt a little bit.
Right. Well, and you also give them really good coffee.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah. So, I'm just saying that it could be fun just in case there is someone who maybe doesn't come in all the time, who comes in maybe once or twice a month, and that they look nice. Like, maybe we do something. I don't know. It doesn't have to happen. It also doesn't have to be a summer thing. I just think that it would be very cute if it did.
Everyone likes a meet cute.
I love a meet cute. I do.
Well, we just need to drop some books in front of a lot of people and see what happens.
Let me tell you, I try to rush through these streets like I have someplace to go, looking cute all the time. Man, it is just hard. I will say, I would like to do a little more of, like, dressing. I feel like for the past few weekends, I've had opportunities to, like, look cute and go somewhere, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so I would like to have more, and I feel like the events that we listed as things that we want to do have, like, opportunities for looking cute and going somewhere. But yeah, I think I just want to, like, do my hair more.
Yeah, I think coming out of, again, winter. I say winter as pretty much a category that is not summer. Anything that is slightly cold is winter right now in my mind for the purpose of the summer bucket list video. But overall, when it's summer, your wardrobe is open to, like, so many more options that you can wear because the weather is warm enough, and, like, why not? You need to, you're not pared down and constrained by layers and such.
Totally.
So,
It's crazy because that's like half my closet. It's just
It's
flannels. Flannels and layers.
But
Yeah.
come on, even recently, I have seen so many cute fun rompers from you,
That's
Bella.
true. No, I do
Come
have
on.
really cute summer fits. I will not lie.
Exactly.
I will not
And
lie.
you wouldn't necessarily wear those in the winter.
No.
So, not that you'd necessarily wear your winter stuff in the summer, but that there are more things that are coming out. So, if we had little events or just even small reasons to get dressed up and feel special, we should take them.
Yes, I agree. This summer is the summer for looking pretty because we want to.
Yes. But we are nearing the end of our episode for this evening. We are so happy to have had Bella, and we are excited for the summer. We're happy that you were here to listen to our summer bucket list as we developed it. We're going to try to write everything down in very nice handwriting, very legibly, because if you write your goals down, they're twice as likely to come true. I heard that on the internet, so it must be true.
Wow.
And we will share them with you. Maybe we'll do a little bit of refining because not all of them are shared summer goals, but we will write down the communal ones for sure. A big thank you to our loveliest guest, Bella.
Woo!
We love having the roomies on, and we're gonna have the best summer ever.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me. I had an absolute blast talking about the summer. Hopefully see you guys in another episode.
Yay! Thanks, Bella!
Throughout the summer, we will continue posting cute.
Perfect. You're